So first of all, please excuse the excruciating sunburn on my face, a little bit too much Miami sun this weekend, but that does not take away from what we're going to talk about in today's video. One of the largest swing trades that I have put on pretty much this entire year, a very high conviction setup here, looking for downside on Tesla. In today's video, I want to break down the very clear technical reasons as to why I'm entering this trade, as to why I'm in this trade as of right now. And I want to break down both the pros, the things that are good here on this trade setup, but also the cons. Every trade that we enter could have reasons as to why it doesn't work out. So I want to make sure I cover those in today's video as well. A lot of meat left on this bone on the trade that we're going to talk about in today's video. If you guys like the setup, of course, go ahead and take a look at it yourself. Do your own due diligence. This is definitely not financial advice, and trading is very risky. But I want to go ahead and share this today. I wanted to give you guys some insight as to why I'm entering this trade. I hope you guys do enjoy it. Press that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, guys, so the trade is Tesla. Tesla to the downside, and there are some very, very clear technical reasons as to why I entered this trade. Now, I want to make a few things very clear. I am in this trade already at the 240 supply level, so it has moved lower since then. Is an entry here as good as my entry? Absolutely not, right? We're 10 points off from where we were at the 240 level. Now, of course, if you're part of the Discord community, if you watch any of my social media, then you would already know about this trade if you're staying in tune with some of the things that I provide, right? So here in the Discord chat, this was the analysis this morning. I still very much believe in my thesis here on Tesla. Very textbook 240 rejections this morning, and I will continue to look for the rejections there at 240, right? If you're part of the community where I enter my swing trades, I share my swing trades. Here yesterday, staying in Tesla 235 puts as long as Tesla remains under the 240 level, the 4-hour retest, right? So that information was provided. As of right now, it has fallen quite a bit. It's looking fantastic. Is there still potential downside? I believe so. That is why I'm still holding it and have my own money in the trade, right? But I wanted to make sure I prefaced that before we talked about this video. Now, why? Why this trade? Why am I entering puts on Tesla? Let's first talk about the technical levels. We're going to get into some volume profile analysis, and then we're going to talk about the targets and potentially some cons of this trade. So first of all, right, you guys know break and retest. That's my way, that's my trading strategy. That's what I look for. If you guys look at this 4-hour chart, we can see that previously on Tesla, back here in June, we had a very clear support level, a very clear bounce off a very key $240 level on Tesla. Now, if we come into the price action that we have looked at over the last few days, we can see that Tesla fell below that 240 level. So if we go into the 15-minute chart and we look at the last few days on Tesla, this is Friday of last week, this is Monday yesterday, and this is Tuesday today. What we can see here at the exact 240 level, that 4-hour bounce level from back in June, which is also the bounce level from Friday of last week, we can see the clear flip of price action, the clear flip under the 240 level. So we can see 240 went from support in June, support on Friday of last week, and has now turned into a textbook clear as day rejection point both yesterday and today. We can see yesterday we pushed into 240, we rejected. We pushed into 240, we rejected. If we go into today, let's zoom into today's price action. We can see Tesla this morning pushed into the 240 level, left behind an ugly 15-minute wick rejection, and slid lower the entire day. So after seeing both yesterday's rejections and today's rejections, I was as confident as I could possibly be to play the break and retest on the 4-hour chart, looking for downside on Tesla. There is a reason as to why this is not only just a break and retest rejection, but it is one with fantastic risk reward. And the reason for that, we have to go back to the 4-hour chart. So if we come back on the 4-hour chart here, we can look to the left and we can get a general idea of where is the next support below, right? If I'm taking puts off that 240 rejection, next I need to be looking at where could the stock potentially hold up? Where do I need to be careful of the stock holding up and potentially bouncing against me? The reason I love this trade so much is because if we look to the left, this is the thing that I talk about all the time on this channel. look at the price action between around the 220 and 240 level on Tesla. It was virtually a straight up move, right? Straight up from 220 to 240. If we are trading back within a straight up move from a month ago, we are expecting the same exact reaction to the downside. And this sort of is easily illustrated by using the volume profile. So if we go to the volume profile here on Tesla and we zoom out, if we look at this volume profile on the 4-hour chart, what we can see here is the extremely low volume right here in this 240 to 220 gap. We can see that volume was very heavy up here. It was very heavy back here during this multi-month consolidation, but between 240 and around this 220, 217 level, there is a very, very obvious gap in volume here. And if there is a low volume area like you see here in the volume profile, you should expect the stock or the price action to move aggressively through that area, right? It sort of acts as a vacuum in the stock price. If you move into this vacuum, you will very quickly move back to the downside or move through this area as there is no volume or very low volume potentially trying to hold Tesla up. So after seeing the clear break and retest on the 4-hour chart, the 240 level, and also knowing that I could take advantage of this extremely low volume area, right? That was my extremely high conviction to take this trade and to put some size on this trade and to just let it ride. Now, the reason I use the term let it ride is because we're using analysis from the 4-hour chart. And if we're trading on a 4-hour chart and we're taking a swing trade based off a 4-hour rejection, we cannot let small 1-minute, 5-minute candles influence our decisions here. If Tesla moves higher for 10 minutes on an intraday chart, that cannot take us out of the trade, right? That is totally backwards analysis. If we are taking a trade on a 4-hour chart, we can only let a 4-hour break take us out of a trade. So if Tesla was to push back to the upside and close above 240, that is the only way that I am exiting this position, right? If Tesla moves up a little bit, maybe to 235 tomorrow, right? The trade idea is still valid. You are still under the 240 rejection point. Now, the thing that we have to be careful of if we're trading options is if Tesla does sort of remain sideways, if the contracts decay, right? That's what we have to account for. So in this situation, I did take some next week contracts. I'll go ahead and pop up my open positions on Tesla on the screen. My larger size is in next week contracts. I do have some this week contracts, which I already took some really nice profits on. This is a trade that I held from yesterday into today, something I talked about with the group yesterday, that swing trade that I pulled up in the Discord. So we need to have the correct mindset here if we're going to enter this trade. If Tesla bounces anywhere under 240, the trade setup is still valid. The only way you exit this trade and you accept that you are wrong is if you are above 240. If you're turning 240 back into support, then the trade setup is invalidated, and that is where we have to take our loss on the setup. But if you're looking at a 4-hour chart and you're trading off this 4-hour chart, we know that the trade is still valid, and the possibility of this sliding to the downside into the next support, which is around 220, 217, the possibility is much higher that you will slide lower into that demand than it is that you push back above that 240, at least as of what I'm seeing for now, right? Things can change. We have to adjust to what we see on the market. But as of right now, I want to trust this setup. I want to understand that I'm trading in a low volume area, and I can't let short-term movements on the 5-minute, the 10-minute chart change my mindset here. Now, there is one more thing that could cause this trade to go wrong, and that is economic data. Tomorrow we have FOMC minutes. Tomorrow we could see some volatility due to that economic event. If there is some large upside on the market, if we see upside come in on the SPY, on the QQQ, on the market indices, then of course I have to make sure I'm aware of that, and I have to protect myself here on Tesla. But that is just something that as a trader, we have to game plan for. We can't not enter this trade because of that, but we have to make sure we're aware of it. So if tomorrow comes out, If we have FOMC minutes, the market rallies to the upside, Tesla breaks over 240. That is just something that we have to understand and we have to prepare for. There is one more reason why I do really like this trade, and it is because of the break of a very key 444 level on the SPY today. So back here on the SPY, this is back in June and early July, we had this double top at a very key 444 level. Over the last few days, we have attempted to hold that 444 level, and I wanted to see it break before getting full confidence in this trade. What we can see over the last 3 trading days, we had a bounce here on Friday of last week off 444. Yesterday, we had another bounce to the upside off the 444 key demand level. Today, into close, we can see that the SPY was able to flush under that key 444. And this flush into end of day, this flush of 444 gave me that confidence that I needed to see if the SPY was going to break down under this very key 4-hour demand at this 444 level. If the SPY is able to stay under that 444, if we see rejections at that level, my assumption is that Tesla would remain weak here in this low volume area, and we could see that continuation to the downside with a profit target of around that 220 to 217 area here on Tesla. So the last thing I want to throw in here, guys, is just a real quick touch on position sizing. I want to make sure I touch on this because I want to make sure that if you enter this trade, you aren't over leveraging yourself. I want to make sure I don't influence you to over leverage into a trade setup. This trade setup is about 15% of my portfolio. That means that I'm using 15% of the equity in my portfolio. It's in this trade, right? 15% of my portfolio is in this trade. Now, for me to lose 15% of my portfolio, this trade would have to go to 0, which I would never allow it to do, right? So I'm not going to lose 15% of my portfolio. Now, even if I did, that is still a manageable loss. It is a hefty loss, right? I would never allow that, but it is still not a blow up, right? I'm not blowing up my account to take this trade. If I get a downside move in my favor, I have a very healthy amount in this trade, and it should be a very nice profit. But I want to make sure I make that very clear, very apparent. This is not a all-in trade. It's large. For me, it's about 15% of my portfolio, but it is not something that is going to destroy me. And I want to make sure that that is very clear here before you take a trade like this on Tesla. So guys, this is the setup. This is the trade. I hope the analysis makes sense. 4-hour break and retest of 240. Low volume area here on the chart. Not much volume here to support Tesla until around the 220 level. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you learned something from this analysis, make sure to press that like button before you head out. I'm going to go ahead and throw in a live video, a live trade. If you're here still, maybe you are, maybe you're not. But if you are still here in this video, go ahead and enjoy a live trade. I'm going to throw it in at the end of this video. It's a live trade, a live scalp that I took today on Tesla, a little bear flag break and retest. I hope you guys do enjoy that. With all that said, I want to say thank you for all the support on the channel. I think there's a lot of meat left on this Tesla trade. Of course, we will see where it opens tomorrow in the pre-market. If this gaps down and it sort of opens near that 220 level, then it might be, sort of an inverse risk to reward. It might not be the best trade, but we'll see. If you see any bounce back into that 240 level, make sure to look to see if there's rejections at that level. Once again, thank you guys for being here. Press that like button, subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and enjoy this live trade, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. Tesla definitely still rejecting this pre-market low. Some nice upside wicks as well. Want to see the NASDAQ stay under 15,150 here. Wicks look great. Just need that secondary flush here. It's a decent setup, but you're not quite getting that secondary leg yet. The SPY is still holding 444, which is likely the problem. I'm not going to exit on any type of pop above unless it's a real sturdy and continuation move here yet. So there's a little example of just not getting faked out over your soft stop losses, really needing to see a reason to exit, not just getting out right because it popped over your level. It's a soft stop, trusting the levels. I got in Amazon at $1.75. They are now at $2.70. I'm up 54%. There goes Tesla. That's money. There you go. All right, I'm half off. Half off Tesla, up 12%. Amazon runners up 56%. Tesla swing trade from yesterday now green 12%. Net, like fully green 12%. And then that scalp right there up 12% as well. All right, guys. Well, 2 really nice trade setups today. Just some really nice stuff.